they're completely fucking live because of everything that's gone on, every fucking little thing that's happened today. What I want more than anything is I want the truth. I want the truth out there. That's all I want. You guys ask a question, you want the truth too, you want the answer, by all means. I at this point right here, you guys can ask me damn near anything. What's going on? You guys can literally ask me anything you want. Anybody who views this. At this point right here, I really don't give two shits. Like literally any question you want. Any question you want to ask me, ask me. I'll tell you the fucking answer to. This is literally a Q&A. You can ask me any fucking thing you want. That's pretty true. Why the fuck does he have those type of lights on there? It's like a damn bug. Welcome to live chat. Remember, guard your privacy and abide by blah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Hello, Geronimo. I'm literally doing this video right here to let you guys ask any fucking question you want to me. I'll tell you the fucking honest truth. I tell you what. Since nobody wants to ask a question. Nobody wants to ask a question, okay, fine. I can start off with some stuff, let you know some things. If that's a good way to start it. I don't fucking know. All I know is everything that's gone on today in the past few days has really just pissed me the fuck off. So I figured that was a good topic to start this off with and do just a Q&A. So if you guys really want to know the fucking truth, I'll let you know the truth. But nobody wants to ask any questions or on anything like that or anything to me, so I guess I'll just go live and just talk to you guys for a second, if that's what you want. I really don't give two shits because this is probably gonna be the last thing I put up here for a long time. Why? Because I can't stand fucking lies. I cannot stand lies. I can't stand liars. I can't stand jack shit like that. Why? Because I lost a good buddy of mine. He came home from leave. His wife was lying to him. Lied all about him too, to everybody. So when he came home, he had nothing. He had jack shit. And because of that right there, he took his own fucking life. Now, I'm not that crazy. I'm not going to do that. The devil's going to have to fight to get my soul. But god damn it, man, I swear to God, when people lie about certain people, they make up these fucking falsehoods. They do all these things just to get views, to get likes. You don't understand what that does to some people. There are some motherfuckers out here who literally all they want is to be liked or be loved by certain people. And when someone goes out here and lies about them, it ruins them so much that they would take their own life. They would. I'm not those types of people. But I just can't stand that I lost friends to shit like that. It pisses me the fuck off to know that one of my good buddies took his own fucking life because of a lie that was made by his ex, which defamed everything that he had, that he came home to. And some of you people out here don't even realize this stuff. Two, and I swear to God, if you're watching this, Soak Disco, if you see this right now, I'm going to tell you this right now, dude. I just went and looked at some of the comments that are in there. And anybody, I don't even know some of those people that are in there that actually defend me. If you actually go and look, you are the biggest fucking hypocrite right now, Soak. You want me to explain how? Anybody who's watching want me to explain how? All right, take this for example. If you go over here and say something to him right now, which would be anything nice towards me, his little groupies and everybody else will come and attack you. Everybody over there will come and attack you. He himself will come and attack you because he thinks you're part of me. You're with me. You're on my side. I don't want you guys on my side. I just want the fucking truth out here. That's all I've ever wanted. You guys would not even believe how many fucking messages I get every goddamn day of people sitting there saying, hey, off, I was in a legendary and I was using blah, 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 someone else's build. I just came across your channel, saw all these builds on your codex or whatever. Would you suggest this? And I tell them, and I ask them at that same time, hey, bud, what build were you using? And they tell me they were using something that someone said was meta. They used something that someone said was immortal. They used something that someone says was unkillable. They sit here and say clear legendaries easily. And these people go out here, get lied to, and they go out here and they try to enjoy themselves. And when they get out there, they get kicked by some other fucker who's on there who sees that bullshit build, recognizes and says, no, we don't need that fucker in here. Kick him the fuck out. And these people struggle every fucking day. I see that and it pisses me off because these people are getting misled by these other content creators. Hello, visitor. And because of that, I do take it personal. Why? Because they're ruining this other person's day by giving them some piece of bullshit. You think it doesn't affect someone because there was no harm done that would actually affect their mental or physical state. You don't realize that some of these people actually, they're kids. They may have some other problem with them. And what do? They come over here to try and enjoy a game that they want to enjoy. And they get booted out and kicked to the fucking curb. You think that doesn't mess with someone's mental state? You don't? I'm sorry, but that can fuck with some people. Because this is some people's out. A video game is somebody's out. That's what they do to get rid of their stress. And then these other fuckers cause it for them because they give them bullshit. Like I said before, and some people don't want to believe me or they don't actually listen to me, I try to fight for those lower people. I try to fight for the little guy. But then I get turned and stabbed in the fucking back because of my kind-hearted and my niceness. I get stabbed in the fucking back. 13 hours in Benghazi. Oh, God. 13 hours in Benghazi. I hate Hillary Clinton. I hate her. If that's what you want to know. But no, seriously. When people have a tough job and only an hour to play, it really hurts to waste. Hold on, I couldn't see that. It hurts to waste time trusting a big content creator who gave them a turd build to play with. Exactly, Nick. Exactly. Y'all, I've got a good buddy of mine, and he tells me I need to ease up off this because he says it's stressing me out too much. He says that I take too much of a passion for this game, for this community, and I see that even some of the things that I do to try to help other people out, that I would get stabbed in the back for doing so. That this is the most toxic community out there next to Call of Duty. And you know what? I try to fight for this community every fucking day because I see a good potential in these things. And though what I may be looked at is wrong, it hurts to get stabbed in the fucking back. So let me just, without ranting or anything, let me just paint y'all a fucking picture, shall I? If that helps. If you guys want to ask about this, that's fine. If you want to ask me any fucking thing, I'll answer it. But let me just paint you a fucking picture, okay? So, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. I'm going to try to refrain from using any fucking names whatsoever. I'm just going to try to paint a blank fucking picture right here. So, I see some bullshit because another person asked me about a certain thing. They listed the person's name. And because of that person being listed in the name, I go and I take a look. I see the bullshit that the person had said. I go over here and I comment. I said, hey, what's up with this? Why are you saying this? It's not true. You can't break this right here. I try to get said person to admit in their Twitter account that it was bullshit. The person admitted that it was bullshit, and I said, see, I told you. So why would you say that this was actually going on? They took it as stalking. That me just commenting to this person, supposedly calling them out on their bullshit, supposedly that was stalking on Twitter. For simply just going, why are you telling people this right here when you know it's not true? So because that person took it that way, he went over here and made a claim that I was stalking him for that. Okay, whatever. My big whoop. You get pissed off that I do that. So, this person then goes over here and... Wow, that's dumb. Yes, I know. So then this person sits here and does this. He goes over here, makes a post, and then the next day, as I happen to show prior that all this stuff was going on in the DZ, being invisible, blah, 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 trying to explain the goods and the bads, Calixans, because he's a good buddy of mine, I can use him. He wouldn't mind. This person comes over here and lets it slip that, hey, I got banned. Another buddy of mine goes out here and says, yeah, it happened to him. So the person in question sits there and makes a big video about it. Because him and me had a debacle the previous day where I called out his bullshit. And it just so happened that it spilled over to that as well because, again, that happened to me. So that wasn't stalking. It was a friendly, or not even, I wouldn't really say it was friendly because I try to keep things nice and calm until somebody either goes foul or uses vulgar language. Once that person does that, my gloves come off. I try to keep it civil. I try to keep it peaceful, and I try to keep it to where it's like, hey, I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. You want to talk to me? Cool. All right, we can talk about it. Once you become foul, I will cuss you up one side the other fucking way in return. Because that's how I treat people. You are nice to me, I'm nice to you. So, in the end run, when this happens, and again, if you guys want to ask questions on this, by all means, I'll answer it as it goes along. And if I say I got to tell you later on about it, because we'll get to that, we'll get to it later. But anyway, we go about this. So the person makes a video about it. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. No big deal. It is what it is. Like I said, I'll take it like a big man. It happened to me. I deserved it, and I earned it. Why? Because I did something wrong. Like I said, I will admit when I do something wrong. So I did. So, shortly thereafter, everything goes on. That's when someone in my Discord posted a photo of said person, and you can go look at it in my last actual video that I posted out. That photo is not even doctored or anything from there. That's the actual photo itself of what it exactly looked like. That is exactly the same photo that was there. That photo that was in my last video, you can go, it's called integrity. Exactly. That photo was said and sent to a certain person by someone else who's in my last video, who actually told this person that we had his address, his phone number, his job information, everything. None of that was true. Not a fucking bit of that was true. Not a single ounce of that was true. Now, I have been trying to get this information to prove my innocence on that part of the address and everything else of that specific lie. Everything else that happened, but because once that was posted in there, I saw my moderators were not doing their job, and I took charge and deleted it. Why? Because it shouldn't have been in there. But because the info was already in there, people were talking about it. They were already talking about it. So I talked about it myself, but I also tried my hardest to squash it. But I also, because of my PTSD that I have a certain disdain for some officers because of what happened to me. You guys want to know what happened to me? Officer made a bad fucking call. And because of that, I have lost part of my lung. I've lost all of my spleen except for I'd say about that much of my spleen. At that same time, I was also still suffering from other PTSD because I had lost a child. So when I saw the loss of my men, and I saw the loss of one of my best fucking friends, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. So every time I see an officer, my PTSD just goes into fucking rage mode. Because of that shit. Because they fucking made a bad call. They lied to us. They told us we would be safe. They told us we would have coverage. They told us we were going to have air support. And we fucking didn't. I lost my best friend that day. Sorry. I'm sorry. So when I see someone lying, telling me other shit, I see lies being made, I take it personal. At that same moment that all that stuff took place in my Discord, I even tried to reach out to Nothing But Skills, and I told him a lot of shit. And I told him I was sorry that it took place. It shouldn't have been in there. It's right, it shouldn't have been in there. But at the same time, this person went out here and told this person a straight fucking lie. And again, I needed the proof to collaborate to make sure that everything that I had been trying to tell you guys, that I could prove that it was a lie. I had to find the proof it was a lie. And I have to say thank you to Nick. Nick was there. He saw it. Nick is even in here in the chats right now. And Nick himself sat here, knew what had happened, knew what was going wrong. And he went out there and helped me attain this information to prove that it was a lie. We have been trying to let everything go. At the same time, we've been also just trying to see if we might be able to get even a sliver of proof to verify to y'all that we were not lying. And we finally got it. And what goes on? I do what I could, and I listened to my moderators. They said, don't do any videos. Don't make anything like that. But all I did was I said, this here is what it is. And then out of the middle of nowhere, out of the fucking blue, I mean literally out of the fucking blue, Nick got a response which said exactly this. No, it was exaggerated. So wait a minute. If you sit here and you tell the person who tried to run with a lie because you yourself lied, then how the fuck was it an exaggeration? That means this person is the one who exaggerated. He told a straight fucking lie and gave it to someone else, and they ran with it. That's what they did. Thank you, Nick. I don't have a problem with anybody out here. I don't. I am probably even though you guys might think of me as some fucking asshole, a guy who does all this shit for clout chasing, I have my reasons. And whether you might believe it or not, I am doing this for one reason and one reason only. And I'm going to make sure that this is stated and so you guys can understand this. I do it because these little bitty guys, these guys who are just coming in here, are being kicked from legendaries, from countdowns, and they're still getting kicked from countdowns. People see them before they even jump in. They sit there and see that there's a level like 2,000 or 5,000 or 8,000 or 12,000 running the fucking countdown. And the first thing they do is they see these little 200, 300, or 94, or whatever the fuck little number they are, below 1,000, and they boot them because they don't have a fucking build. And it pisses me off because I try to stick up for the little guy. These other guys sit here and ask me, off, I just found your channel. I see your builds. I think they're fucking great. But I was shown this build and told it was a meta, immortal, unkillable, all this bullshit. And because they get told these things, they go and they use it and they're getting booted, or it's not even holding up to par. And you think it doesn't affect those people? It does. Like Nick said, these people might only have an hour to play a fucking day. And they just want to come out here and enjoy their fucking day. So I'm fighting for those little guys who get dealt this piece of shit garbage build, get treated like trash in this fucking game. And I'm the one who's taking the fucking knives to the back for them to help them out and call out these fucking content creators for their clickbaity bullshit. And you guys rag on me for doing so because you think I'm trying to clout chase. No, that's the reason I'm fucking doing it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's the reason why I do it. I want nothing more than everybody to come out here and have nothing but a good time, enjoy themselves, have a good fucking hour or whatever else with their buddies in the dark zone, in a raid, out there in fucking regular PvE on the light zone, and not have to feel like they just got shunned just because they're wearing some other content creator's build who fucking lied to them. That's the reason I do it. If you don't like that, if you don't understand my channel, then I'm sorry. You were totally misled, and that's the fucking truth. And if you don't want to view me, you don't like me for doing that kind of shit, I'm sorry. You think I'm just out here trying to chase clout? I'm not. I'm out here doing it for those reasons right there. And if you think anything else, I'm sorry. You have fucking been misled. And not only to top that off, I don't talk a lot about my personal life. I really don't. But you guys don't understand the shit I go through in my PTSD. You have no fucking clue. You only got a fraction of what I just gave y'all. You want the full fucking story? Fine. I'll tell you why I suffer in certain ways. I suffer because of that. And then on top of that, I found out that also, while I was gone overseas, my kid was literally in the hospital, barely able to live, was born 2 weeks premature because his mother was doing drugs. His insides were all twisted up, and she never told me. I lost that child 5 months later. And that was way back in 2005. And then my 6-year-old right now barely made it because he was born 28 weeks premature. Or sorry, he was born at 28 weeks. My bad. I always get shit like that backwards. Anyway, I nearly lost him. And then here recently, my kid that's only 6 months old right now, 6 months old, when he came into this world, I almost lost my wife. I have lost so much in my life. You don't even understand the shit I go through. And I still try to put on a fucking smile every goddamn day. And I still, to this day, in my channel, that you guys don't understand, I fight for those little guys. That's what I do. What did he say? Sure would be nice if people in question were in here to hear why their attitudes need to go. I agree, Nick. So that's the story of me. That's the story of my channel. Like I said, I just got promoted to being a trainer, and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to train someone how to be a good, safe driver, because that's what I am. I'm a FMCSA certified trainer. I've been wanting to get back into that ever since I had my surgery. And because I've lost my spleen, I've lost my ability to fight off infections. I gain infections like that in a heartbeat. The infection I got nearly took my life here recently. I've actually been pronounced dead for 26 seconds because my heart stopped. I had lost all my blood overseas. Or not all of it, at least enough to where my heart stopped. They put saline solution in, jumped me and everything else. I barely jumped back to life. Barely, they said. I have fought tooth and nail for everybody to have their own freedom of fucking speech, but I did not fight for you fuckers to lie. So this is a Q&A. If you guys want to know the truth, again, if you want to ask me any fucking thing you want to ask me about any goddamn subject, go ahead. I don't lie. I don't hold shit back. Even if it makes me look bad, if you've ever noticed in my channel, even if it fucking makes me look bad, I'll still admit to it. Why? Because I'd rather have the fucking truth and straight up honesty and just let you make your own goddamn decision. Right now, I just want to hold my son. Again, If there's something you want to know, just ask. Again, I'd rather have the truth and the honesty than a fucking lie. For anyone, and here's another thing. I went out here and I looked at some of the comments in some of those videos about me. I only have one account. This is the only one I fucking have. Off constantly. The name is Jack. If you want to know about my past, when I was in the Army, it was a 19 Delta. I was over in Fort Hood. I went to Afghanistan. It's that simple. I don't have to drag out all my stuff on that. It's that easy. I can lay it all out for you, just as simple as that. I don't have to go over some giant fucking spiel of what I did. That's it. So for all you little fuckers out there who want to sit here and say I'm lying about that stuff, and I've seen some of these comments, I swear to God, it's like a giant fucking echo chamber out there. That's all it is. It's a giant fucking echo chamber of people who only want to see things a certain way. They're not willing to actually look and see the truth, and that's what I prefer to have. I will show you every single thing, whether it makes me look bad or makes me look good. I don't give two shits. Because I want the truth. I want honesty. I'd rather have, like Nick said, integrity. And the integrity I have is because I'm honest. I'm straightforward. I don't give two fucks. They're too scared to live out in the open. I'm not. I'm not. I got 18 viewers right now, 8 likes. I've got probably only 3 people commented. One person's commenting the most. Nick, thank you. I appreciate it, man. If I ever meet you one day, I owe you a beer. You know, you name it, I don't give two shits. I'll buy whatever the fuck you want. If it's a $12,000 bottle of champagne, just let me have a few months to make the money. Thanks, Paul the Thing. Everybody, Paul the Thing, he was the last winner of the Rogue Energy deal. I guess I'll ask you a question, Paul. How was your deal? Did you like it? Was it good? I never got a response other than that you got it. Did you enjoy it? You at welcome anytime ever. Yeah, Nick, also I'm probably gonna have to hit you up for some battle axes or something like that. I saw the ones you made. Might have to hit you up because I was thinking about getting a few. I'll probably send you some money or something like that for some battle axes. Everybody, if y'all don't know Nick's mates, he showed some photos in the Discord. Some seriously badass battle axes he made for, I believe it was his dad or something like that. But yeah, bro, I'm definitely going to have to hit you up and see if you can get me a set. Sayok, right? But yeah, I'm going to get 2 of them, you know, just side by side. I'm going to hang those up near the deer heads I got at the house. Not tried them all yet. All good so far. Cool. Awesome. Why do people stand down 13 hours? That maybe makes me cry. Why? Let's see. What was the rest of that? Why do 13 hours have been going? Why does it make... It doesn't... It pisses me off. That movie right there, because, again... Some people don't understand that there are times, and there have been multiple times in the military, where other people are in a firefight and they get told to either stand down on another side where they're supposed to be coming in to help them out, or they get recalled, or there's something going on like a refueling thing that took process. And sometimes in those situations, we lose soldiers. We lose soldiers in those situations because they needed that resupply. They needed that air support. They needed that convoy to come in and snag them and get them the fuck out. We had that happen because an officer made a bad call. He literally knew what we were walking into. He knew it. And he did not even request what he was supposed to request. He said, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. And we had first sergeants telling him, no, you need to do this, sir. You need to do this. We should not be going in here like that. And because we didn't have the air coverage and things looking out on the rooftops, apparently, from what we found out later on, there was a motherfucker up there detonated an IED, and we lost men because of that. They were supposed to be scouting the fucking roofs. My job was on the bottom scouting the area. That's what I did. I checked those areas out. I did everything that I knew I was supposed to do, and we still lost men because of that. It was a bad call. That's why when I see stuff like that, and yeah, it was wrong of me to do what I did, but that was just me. I lost it mentally. No, if their officer won't listen to the top, they're not a leader. Exactly. And Nick, you know, because I know you were in the military, you know this for a fact. This is what goes on. And people don't understand this shit. That there are some people who first come out of officer school, and the first fucking thing that they do is they're all about earning a medal. That's what they're more about. They're more worried about earning a medal than they are worried about their own troops. And that's what happened. We knew it. We could tell this guy was fresh out of there. And the first thing he wanted to earn a medal, because some of y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't know this, and this is a fact. It's hard to earn some medals unless you are up there, because it basically works from the officers down. They decide later on who's going to get, you know, accommodations, or how do I put it to y'all? They give you like I guess I would put it as like a referral, if y'all could understand that. Nick, I guess I'm kind of wording it to them right. Yeah, they would get like a referral or something like that, saying, hey, this person did a good job, blah, blah, blah. This person deserves this. If that's the best way to explain it to y'all who don't know. They get that, and that's how you, as a lower person, an enlisted person, gets a medal. So an officer will come out of brand new school, and the first fucking thing they want to do is they want to earn medals. That's all they care about. They don't give a shit about your troops. They don't give a shit about the enlisted. They care about themselves. And that's what happens. We lose troops because of that bullshit. There aren't a lot of them out there that do that, but there are some. And I'm not claiming anybody on here does that. Don't take my words in the wrong way. I'm saying that we have that going on, and y'all don't even know about that out in the world. That's what goes on out there. That's what happens in the military. And it happened to us. Anybody who's an actual veteran knows that's a fucking fact. Do I agree with all the money being sent to Ukraine? Surely would be better spent in the USA. Here's my take on it. Like I said, Q&A. I don't care what you ask me, I'll answer it. Q&A. So, all the money that's going to Ukraine should not be going to Ukraine. On a personal note, this is what I believe. I believe that somewhere over there, Ukraine, whether they should be attacked by Russia or whether they shouldn't be attacked by Russia, is not my personal deal. But the fact of the matter is this, and this is the evidence and the proof that I've been shown. If you want to show me something else later on or talk about it, please change my mind on this subject. But Ukraine launched a rocket, and it happened to hit, what was it, Poland or somewhere like that, I believe it was. I believe it was Poland. Anyways, they launched a rocket at Russia, missed, hit Poland, and then tried to blame it on Russia. And because of that situation right there, my personal belief says we should not be helping anybody who tries to lie to get us in to help fight a war for them because they made a fucking boo-boo. They accidentally hit an area that they weren't supposed to hit with a rocket or a missile or whatever the fuck it was, and then tried to blame it on somebody else. And because of that right there, we should not be helping them at all, because they tried to get us into a war or into a fight that we don't even fucking need to be in. That's my personal beliefs on it. If you want to change my mind, please. But that's what I believe. I don't think we need to be in any fucking wars, period, as Americans. There's so much shit that goes on between other countries and other states and everything else. We do not need to be in that shit. We shouldn't even have been in the Middle East. We shouldn't have. There is no reason for us to have been over there. Did Osama bin Laden attack 9/11? That kind of stuff? Again, I need proof that it was him. I don't really see the proof, but at the same time, I do believe personally that the towers were hit by planes at the same time. That's one reason why I signed up in 02. I got in 03. I signed up to go fight because I felt like we were attacked. Was it over a lie? I don't know. Is there truth to it? I believe there is some. You may think otherwise. You may think 9/11 was a giant hoax orchestrated by Bush and everything else, hit by a missile. That's fine. You have a right to your beliefs. I have a right to mine. But at the same time, the shit I've seen over there, I mean, I'm talking some just weird ass shit. There are so much things that so many things that have happened because we destabilized that area by taking out Saddam, when supposedly Saddam didn't even do anything. We should not even have messed with Saddam. Yeah, he was harboring Osama bin Laden at a time. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But we didn't need to take out Saddam. Didn't need to. Was the guy evil? Yes. Does the shit he did, does he deserve to be taken out? Yes. But we didn't need to be there. We went there to go get Osama. We should have just went there to go get Osama. Period. That's my beliefs. But the shit I've seen over there, the shit people go through over there, should not have happened. Should not. Let's look at the other comments. Maybe we can tell them to retrieve our equipment and from the sandbox that Joe left when he pulled us out instead of our text. Yeah. Let's see this. What was that full thing? Okay. Hi, Starhorn. Hi, Off. I subbed to your channel a while back. I appreciate what you do. I've seen some of your videos here and there, but I see you do a lot. Dang it. I see you do a lot to help others. Thank you for your service. Again, I try to do what I can, dude. I'm trying to do what I can. And again, if people want to take my content, people want to take my videos a different way, you want to take out what I actually do, that's on you. That's how you, again, I can't make you change your mind about me because you have your way. You were taught to view things a certain way. If you sit here and see me as doing it a specific way in your mind, it's going to be that way. I can't change that. All I can tell you is why, from my personal being, of why I do what I do. That's all I can do. And if you choose to believe that, you choose to believe it. If you don't want to believe it, you don't want to believe it. Kick on the AC, man. I'm starting to get hot in here. How the fuck am I getting hot in my semi when it's 65 degrees outside? Let's see, visitor. I don't know what to say other than you are one of the toughest people. You are a beacon of hope to the community and a bright one at that. Thank you. Thank you, man. It means a lot. You don't understand. If you join his Discord, he would probably be able to give you more advice. He's a fountain of knowledge. Thanks, Nick. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, what is your favorite color? What is my favorite color? My favorite color is actually going to be green. I like my red semi. I really love my red semi. I mean, if y'all don't know, I've literally got this thing decked out fully in red. I mean, here, let me show you exactly what I mean by it's decked out in red. Are y'all ready? Take a look. Everything in this fucking semi goes red. But I love the color green. And my company won't give me a green one because they only do black, white, blue, red, all other kinds of things. Geronimo, I honestly have no fucking clue what that said. But yeah, my semi's red. My lights inside here, except for a few of them, are all red. I'm getting basically, I've got black leather seats, which I'm going to get fixed to red. My dash kind of goes to a burgundy red. My gear shifter knob is red. I mean, it just fits me because everybody calls me Red Bull out here. One, because the tractor's all red, and the way I drive and everything else, I'm a fucking bull out here. Like, you get in my way, I'm gonna smash through. Hey, Off, watched the videos recently, freaking wild. I know. And again, here's the thing. I didn't want any of this to happen. Again, I did everything I could in my Discord to delete the moment it came up. And even though, yeah, there was chat about it, you can't stop chat. Once something like that goes in there, you can't stop the chat. You can't. The only thing I can do is, because my moderators didn't help me moderate, all I could do is just take charge of the situation and be like, look, okay, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I let some of my personal feelings get in the way. But even at the end of the day, I sat there and told everybody, I said, dude, no, it's not true. Like, if you go and you look at, and I'll even suggest this, please, if you don't believe me, go look at Skills video, okay? I'm telling y'all right now, go look at Skills video and go look at the chat that he pulls up. You'll sit here, I mean this, you'll see that I actually tell people, no, that's not true. No, this is what's going on. No, blah, blah, blah. And at the exact same time, I tell everybody, leave him alone. I tell him, leave me out of this. Leave him alone. Do not bother the man. I sat here and told my Discord all those things. So when people sit here and say that, you know, I let all this stuff happen, no, I did everything I could to squash it and to squabble it. Everything I possibly could. One, because some of those people, like I said, for some reason, I try to help people out and try to trust in them. And maybe that's a bad thing about me. But at the same time, because I trusted those people, I trusted them to try to stop and everything else. It was my one mistake. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. But at the same time, I did everything I possibly could. But no one wants to see that. No one is willing to believe it. If you don't believe me, you can go back and look it for yourself. You can go back and see it yourself. I'm not lying to you. It's there. Let's get back to the chats. That's where it should have ended, and Karen should have just talked to you and left it at that. And that's the thing. Everybody who was there at that moment in that Discord sat here and said, hey, did you notice he's making a video about this? I said, what are you talking about? I literally, and even Nick said the same thing. He should have, whoever the fuck it was that told him that, even him himself should have said, or come to me and said, why the fuck is my shit in there? We could have squashed the entire fucking thing right there. And again, when all that stuff happened, I sat here. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. If y'all don't believe me on this kind of stuff, I have proof that me and another YouTuber actually can talk about things and be peaceful. It's in one of my videos right there. We actually sat here and talked to each other because someone else came in and tried to make it look a certain way, which was about my video on how to get exotics. If you don't believe me, it's in there. Please go take a look for yourselves. If you want to, leave this right here, this live deal. Go take a look yourself and come back. You'll see that DJ Tickle came in there, commented to me, okay, and said, why are y'all talking about this? This has nothing to do with me. Him and me had a friendly chat, talked about it because someone came in there and tried to make it look a certain way, and it wasn't, because again, it was a lie that was being told. We finally came to terms with it, talked about it, and he understood that, hey, things like that, you know, maybe they just get taken out of context. Maybe there was something that wasn't told. And we actually talked about it kindly. Like I said before, if you talk to it kindly, you treat each other with kindness, I'll treat you with kindness in return. The moment you go toxic, I let all the gloves come off and it becomes toxic. You are best friends with them. Mark of birthplace. Oh, yeah. So unnecessary. Everyone needs to move on from this, seriously. And again, I want to, but the evidence that we've just found and everything else, we were trying to just see if we might be able to grab a little bit. We were not expecting this. Nick is in here. He's the one who knew what was going on. He was in the previous Discord. He came to this one right here. He knew what was going on. He knew it was a lie, just like with me. We knew it was a lie. But we didn't know who, and we didn't know where it started from. We just happened to throw a bone out there just to see if we might be able to get something, anything. We were not expecting this. We were not. I know you're in right. It's crazy how much drama has been going on these past weeks. Yes, I know. And again, I don't want you guys. I do not want an echo chamber. I don't want someone to just go, hey, off is right every fucking time. Every time. No. All I want is the facts. If the facts prove I'm right, then I'm right. If the facts prove I'm wrong, that's fine. I want them out there. I want the facts there. All I want is for everybody to know the truth, the honesty. So that's it. Period. Just leave it at that. So if you want to personally take it a certain way, cool. You personally can take it a certain way. That's all you want to do. That's how you want to be. You take it that way. That's on you, man. Let's see what the rest of them say. Looks like every community for every game has a dark side. Yes, it does. It's... Dang it. How do I keep these chats up? It's because the game is stale and the creators just want money, need views. Yes. You see the movie True Story and Devotion. Yes, I've seen similar stuff like that happen. Of course, thoughts about the game's lore. Honestly, what Zaptor? What's his name? That the 3-letter dude or whatever. The one who's doing all the neat videos. Is it NGN? Something like, I don't want to butcher it. Anyway, I like it. I like the way he does his videos. I like that he just kind of does a lore thing. It's pretty neat. I like him. I really do. NGN, yeah, great. I love watching some of those videos. It's kind of like a little documentary on this kind of game. And yeah, I actually, there's one time I kind of binged watched all of them straight from the beginning to the end, just to try to stay on like a lore idea. It was really good. Really liked it. Yeah, Identity doesn't like me because of one thing. And again, I only had one issue with Identity's builds a while back. And like I said, Q&A, I'll be honest with you guys. My issue was before ongoing directive ever took place and they revamped it to allow you to have that extra damage for your teammates, his build had all the status on there. Had nothing but status on there. And I went and did the damage numbers, and it was the only build that I ever had a problem with him. All his other builds, I love. I love them. They're good. I like them a lot. I like him as a content creator. I really do. But his one build that had the status on there, I had people who would message me and go, why is this not working? Why is it getting me killed? Why is this not working the way he was using it? And I took a look at it. I did the numbers. And because, again, the ongoing directive is not giving it to your teammates, which was an issue that the devs finally fixed, I told him, I said, it's the only build I have an issue with him because it was not doing the damage. It was bullshit. But he didn't like me because I made that one video, or I called him out on that. Now that they've fixed that, that is actually a great fucking build. And again, I have no problem with Identity. His only thing, the only other thing that I had a problem with Identity was this. And I just tried to explain it to him. I was like, dude, you sat here and had 110% pulse resistance on, and you forgot you had that mod slot on your chest piece. And I tried to explain it to him. He didn't want to listen, didn't want to do anything. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just show everybody, because he's not telling them the truth. He wasn't telling them the truth. So I pointed out, I'm like, dude, and I made a video, and you can go look at it. It's there. It's in my videos. I was like, look, you have this one piece on your chest, and that's 110%. That's why no one was getting the pulse on you when they were using Heartbreaker, and Heartbreaker was kind of meta in the Dark Zone. So what did I do? I call them out on that right there. And we proved it. We actually went into the Dark Zone, had a live deal, me, Waffle, and a few other players, and then we even made a video about it showing that you have to be at 105%. And finally, later on, the developers come out and fix it. And once they fix it, now when you're at 100%, you can't get pulsed in the Dark Zone. So again, I have no problem with Identity. I don't. I like the guy. Really good builds. The one I love the most of his builds is actually the deflector shield one. If y'all seen his deflector one that he has, honest to God, I copied that. I loved the fucking video. Great video. It works really good. But again, it's also situational. It's a situational build. It's never always going to work 24/7 in your legendaries or other type of stuff. It's kind of just like a, hey, you want to fuck around and have a good time with the build. It's like that. It's great. But his little pistol deflector shield build, I loved it. Straight up fucking loved it. Thank you, Nick, for info on a day. Never heard of him. We'll check him out. There's books and games of lore for nerds for me. Oh yeah, stop hitting yourself. Build was fun. Hold on, let me see. Just cleared it, damn it. I meant the new ones, Recruited and Compromised by Thomas Parrott. Oh, you're talking about videos and stuff like that. Okay. One quick question. Friend of mine was thinking of this, and I believed. Dang it! Why do the chats keep going away? How do I stop that? This, and I believe it should be in the Vision 2. Do you think you should equip 2 exotic pieces along with 2 exotic weapons? Same. Okay, so if no one knows, in Div 1, we were allowed to basically equip 6 exotics on your character, and then 3 exotics for your weapon. So you had exotic pistol, exotic whatever else, and you had basically 2 weapons. You had 6 pieces on your character if you wanted. So we were allowed to have multiple exotics and things of that nature on your character. If the developers allow us to have multiple exotics, this is what I believe. If we were to have that, there would be potentially one DPS type meta, and that would basically be kind of you'd throw on the Bloody Knuckles type glove, you'd throw on the Memento currently right now, you'd have Coyote's mask, chest piece you'd probably have Ridgeways for the damage, holster you'd probably run the pistol so you can just one tap things, and then for the knee pads most likely you just go for Sawyers. Are those good, all 6 of those to have on at one time? You'd have a shitload of damage, a lot of survivability, but at the same time, no, it would not be good, because some of the exotics that they have in here are shit. They are shit. The only 2 out of those I would run currently for like PvE would be the Coyotes, and I would run, say, like the Memento backpack. That would be about it. Because the other ones, as much as you like them, they're not that strong. They really don't help out that much. Compared to what we had in Div 1, these right here are shit. So the ability to have those on, yes. We should be able to have multiple exotics. Would they work? No. Just a few of them. Just a very few of them. As for weapons and things like that, definitely. What I personally believe that they need to bring back more than anything is holstered talents. They need to bring those back, because for one, let's say this. Holstered talents, because we have named weapons like the Invisible Hand. The Invisible Hand just gives Allegro. Those ones right there that do not give extra damage, those specific pieces should have a holstered talent for, say, Allegro. So that way, that holstered Allegro talent that you have by having that one weapon on would boost the Allegro to the weapon you have in your hands, and that would work. If they were to make those that don't give extra damage, those named items that don't give extra damage, but give, like I said, perfect Allegro, which gives you more or faster speed, or was it shooting speed, that right there would help out to a different weapon. Not something like, say, perfect in sync or something else of that nature which gives extra damage. It should just be holstered talents that don't give extra damage would be on those specific weapons. Like, let's say there's a send-off. It gives extra range, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it gives extra range, like 100% more in range. Could you imagine having your SMG, which is on an average about 15 meters, gain 100% so I can shoot 30 meters, so it basically becomes an AR? Your SMGs become an AR with that type of range? Dude, that would be awesome. But that's me. That's what I think. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe it would mess up some things. I don't know. Let's see. Where did I leave off? You like this TV show, Vet TV? Oh, I love Vet TV. Oh my God, I love Vet TV. I'm sitting there going, yes, they're bringing up that. Oh my God, that's fucking, like, it's perfect. They literally are doing every fucking thing we do. I don't know. Nick, what do you think? Vet TV? Come on. Vet TV? Oh, Angry Cops? Yeah, I love Angry Cops. I love him. Exotic gear pieces with exotic weapons. Exotic gear pieces and exotic weapons. It depends on the situation. It depends on the build. It depends on what's going on, what I'm planning on doing, what my role is in the game. Am I being a support? Am I being a defensive? Am I being a tank, assault? Am I in PvP? Those honestly depend. If you want to know what exotic I prefer, it's mostly going to be on my build already. If you go to check out my my one video, the Codex, if the exotic's on there, I use the exotic. They're on there like that. More Q&A. Let's see, what do they say? Exotic weapons for Div 1 don't have mod slots. And basically, if Ninja Bike backpack was brought, wonder if they the same exotic weapons this time. Honestly, I don't know what the Ninja Bike backpack is going to look like. Again, my last live video I had, I kind of go over what I believe it might. For instance, it might look just like the Ninja Bike knee pads that we see. I'm honestly hoping, and this is what I'm hoping for. I don't know if you guys would think this would be cool or if you think it would be the same. The Ninja Bike backpack, I thought about it for a while, but this is what I would love to see. I would love to see a blue core, and I would love to see a crit hit damage attribute. After that, I want 2 mod slots. I just want those 2 mod slots so I can choose what I want in there. And then I want to see the developers add in skill damage mods or skill efficiency mods. I want to see them take out all these Hasbro mods that we have and just make everything a 10% Hasbro mod, period. So that way I can throw it onto a build and gain 10% of everything across the board, rather than picking just these 3 that I want to worry about, because I do 10% bleed, 10% burn, 10% disrupt. I want to see 10% hazard protection, period. So when I throw that in there, that would also give these PvP guys who cry and bitch about not having enough Hasbro, they can take off that crit hit damage mod, put in Hasbro mods and give themselves 30% so they'll shut the fuck up. Holstered towns, rather angry cops. Okay, I want them to bring more gun tubers to. Yeah, yes, definitely more gun tubers to Vet TV. Keep up the good work. Congrats on your thanks, Keith. How much more time I got on my clock? The only one I'm interested, Paul, is the one that you saw. I am waiting like hell right now to the 27th to get Dead Space. If they fuck Dead Space up, I'm gonna be pissed. But Dead Space, I love that game. I've loved 1, 2, and 3. Those were my all-time favorite. Besides BioShock, I don't know about y'all. I loved BioShock. BioShock was a great fucking game. Other than that, of course, y'all always hear it in my song, the intro, Command and Conquer. I would love to see, maybe because even though EA bought them out, I loved Westwood, but I would love to see a Command and Conquer come back out. But anyway, BioShock, and the one I'm waiting for the most is Dead Space on the 27th. I don't know if y'all know about that, but on the 27th, Dead Space is supposed to be coming out, a remastered. It's not supposed... They say they're kind of sticking to the original story, but they've completely redone the game. Whether or not it's going to be like where we saw Halo, and they did a Halo remastered, we'll see. What one kind of build you use mostly? My most used build that I use for Legendary or Raid, stuff like that, is going to be my Focus build. It's simple. You can go look at that one. It's my Focus build. I still have 2 core blues on there no matter what I do, because I still need survivability just in case. You can drop it down to all red if you wanted to, but that Focus build, it destroys content. But yeah, if it's not that, mostly I'll either run the DPS or the meta build for PvP, or I'll run my pistol build for PvE or PvP. Just because that pistol build that I have out there, literally, if you are good, and even if you're mouse and keyboard, if you are able to land headshots, you can 2-tap a player. Just 2-tap them, they're gone. If their head is exposed, that's all it takes. 2 taps, they're gone. PvP, done for, every fucking time. If you don't land your headshots, maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5, just depends. But if you can land your headshots, even on mouse and keyboard, it just destroys them, and they cry so much. Oh God, oh, the messages I get, love it, straight fucking love it. When they get so mad, they're like, oh, you killed me with a pistol build, you still have a big bulwark shield. Yeah, you have Unbreakable. I have a shield. That's my Unbreakable. And you know what? I survive 9 times out of 10, and I end up dropping like 3 or 4 in a row, because that shield saved my ass and I destroyed you guys. So cry all you want. I'll just soak up the tears. Do you like Resident Evil? Honest to God, Geronimo, I'll be honest, I have never played a Resident Evil game. Never have. I don't know why. I just never really got into it that much. My wife told me to tell you she loves... Oh, yes. Which one was her favorite? 1, 2, or 3? Because I was kind of about 3, but I loved 2. 2 was my favorite. I don't know why. 2, they had PvP in there. It was fun. I enjoyed it. This game's plot and world got me thinking of a TV show. It's UK TV called Utopia. I would say it's brilliant. The original for Dead Space. This space you were running around inside dude's head. Basically. I love that. That was a good comment. That was a good one. I'm gonna give that one to Keith. Keith, you own that one. That's all you, bro. You know, it was good. Keith, that was a good one. She loves the first one. She says from the original Xbox. Cool. What made you get into the Division in the first place? Honestly, the reason I got into Div 1 was I was playing Call of Duty. Okay, so I was playing Call of Duty. I was really good at Call of Duty. Back in MW2, the original MW2, I was actually ranked in the 800, I believe it was 890 something in the world. I mean, I was good. I was really fucking good. When I had spare time, I mean, I was destroying motherfuckers. Me and my crew, which we were actually an actual gaming deal. What do you want to call it? Like a MLG or something like that. We were called War Pigs Gaming. War Pigs Gaming. Don't know if y'all ever heard of us. Anyway, we tried out some of those guys. I was gone. They went over there. They went actually and tried out. They placed pretty well, but I wasn't there at the time. I was kind of just a backup, and that was because if I could be here on stateside, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, long story short, we knew how to spawn trap in like headquarters or domination. We could spawn trap you in a heartbeat. We were literally killing you and setting up people in certain spots on a map to where we could literally just aim right there at one little area and shoot you as you spawn, because we knew how if we got into certain positions, we could lock the spawn. We were that good that we could lock you into something and you couldn't move. You couldn't do shit. You just spawn and die, spawn, die, spawn, die. We literally got reported because they called us for cheating so many times, because we would literally lock you into a place and shoot you as you spawn. We dropped nukes in MW2. The fastest nuke that everybody sees where a dude shoots up there and does a tube, I think that one was 23 seconds. The fastest one of our guys actually got was 32 seconds. We were like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking fast. And then we saw the video here recently of some dude who did it in like 23 seconds or something of that nature. We were like, we thought we had a fast one. No, this dude was fucking fast. So we were like, man, we thought we had it. Nope, someone else beat him. We would literally sit here and say, hey, I've got a nuke. Whose turn is it to call the nuke in? Oh, it's his turn? Okay, fuck it. That's how good we were. Everybody on our group had a nuke. Every fucking game. We just decided who gets to call it in this time. That's how good our team was. And then after MW2, everything started to go into kind of like that EXO type shit, you know, where they're bouncing across the walls and all this. It made it a little bit more difficult, but we were doing pretty well. We were doing okay. But I just happened to be like, you know, I'm going to go check out this game, because everybody stopped going from Xbox and everybody started getting to PlayStation. All of my crew went to PlayStation, or they started getting on computer. So eventually it was just me and two other guys. We were the only ones left on Xbox. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go pick up this game I saw called Division 1. I'm going to go give it a try. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. I wasn't really, really great at it. I stepped into the DZ a few times. I stepped into PvP, you know, just ever so often. PvE, I was kind of in, all that kind of stuff. And that's where I got into Division 1. And after that, I said, this is a pretty neat thing. So when Division 2 came out, I was like, okay, let's go take a look at this. And then that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make a channel, and here I go. And I honestly did not expect my channel to even get to where it's at right now, because when I first made my channel, I wasn't doing any call outs, I wasn't doing anything. I literally was just like, hey, take a look at this. I want to make y'all guys laugh. I thought it was pretty funny. It wasn't doing any builds, wasn't doing anything. But then I started to see that bullshit that I was talking to you guys about. I had a few people say like, hey man, I love your content, it's funny as hell, what build are you running? And I explained this, and he goes, you should do a build video. So I started doing a few, and then that's when I had my first interaction with my first content creator, Kamikaze Von Doom. My first interaction with him was, I was like, hey man, you know that you're messing up with this right here. You're telling people to get this right here, and it's not giving out the most damage. You know, you can get this right here, and you'd have blah 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 extra survivability. You'd have like a little bit less of damage, but you would actually have some survivability. And that's where everything went the way it was. And that day that I called him out on that, and he said what he said about my kid, and people still don't believe that's a fucking truth, but I've got the evidence. When that took place, I gained 40 subscribers. And that day, I went out there and I made my first big time build. And that was skill build, to show everybody how to get that kind of build, how to get that kind of damage. So when that took place, I started blowing up because people were like, hey, he's right. You have a little bit more survivability to trade a tiny, tiny bit of damage, and you'd have some survivability. Ever since then, my channel's been blossoming to what it is and everything else. Because again, I was just trying to say, hey, bud, if you give them this right here, because for one, y'all have to understand, there was a context here that was mistaken and completely forgotten about. Prior to all this with KVD, you could not change like you couldn't max roll anything. You couldn't increase it. We didn't have the ability to increase, like say you got skill damage on there and you had skill haste, you might be able to change it to a yellow, but whatever the skill haste and the skill damage was, you were stuck with that. You couldn't increase it. You couldn't like say, I want to optimize this to max level. You couldn't. You either got max level on those and then took it to skill damage, or you didn't have shit. So because of that, I came up and said, hey, if you take Wyvern, which would be a replacement for that, you lose a tiny bit of damage, you gain 10% survivability, and you could survive a sniper dog shot. He called me a liar, told what he said about my kid, and I went out there, made a video, showed that I got shot by a dog, and I died having one of those chest pieces on, even though I didn't have skill damage and skill haste like he had. I went out there, got shot by it, instantly down, and I showed everybody the proof. And people were like, hey, he's right. Hey, he's right. And then it started blossoming. That's where everything started off as. So that's why I went from Div 1 to Div 2. That's where why I wanted to play Div 1. Okay, let's see. What faction do you hate the most to fight in the Division? My number one faction I hate is Outcast. I hate Outcast. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. It's that little bitty huggy. The come here, give me a hug, motherfucker. I hate those dudes. I hate them. There have been so many times where my audio has cut out. I don't hear them or them say a word. And I turn a corner because I'm shooting these other guys. I turn a corner and he's right fucking beside me on fire, and then poof, I'm gone. I can't stand that dude in this game. I don't know if y'all have the same fucking problem, but that dude, he is annoying as fuck, bro. That guy, that little hugger, man, God. Alright, come on. Damn it. Why can I not keep the comments up here? Okay. I always play PvE. I never really like playing PvP on Division. To me, it feels clunky, so I look more into PvE aspects of the game. And that's you, man. I want my Codex video. I have every build listed for PvP, PvE. Most of them, even though they're listed that way, you can still take them into PvP. You can take them to a raid. You can take them to regular mission. they will work the exact same. There's like 4 or 5 builds on there that I actually have listed that are just PvP specific. But if you have 4 players running the same thing and they're good and they know what they're doing, you can literally take those 4 into PvE, and I swear, even though people don't want to believe it, you can take all the blues off them and go straight red. Those builds will slap PvE content just the same. So all my builds, I try to integrate every fucking thing from PvP to PvE to raid, so that way no matter what build you see, no matter what you have, will work for any aspect you want to play in this game. So you can actually feel comfortable going into PvP for those players who don't play, and actually have a build that works for it. It may not be great in the situation you might come across, because you still might get ganked by like 4 players and you're solo. But the build, if you have 4 men who know what they're doing, or 3 other guys who know what they're doing, and then you have one of those builds on, I guarantee you it's gonna work, and it's gonna slap. It's just, you gotta learn in the PvP area of how to maneuver around the player, how to watch your surroundings, how to watch the area that you're in, and know that, okay, I'm at this corner, this guy's at this corner, and if I shoot him, I have X amount of time before he either runs up on me or I kill him, and then I've got to move over here. I got to move this way. So it's about situational awareness. PvP is not just about your build. It's knowing your situation, knowing what you need to be prepared for, knowing how to either get the fuck over here to this side and bring that player to you, or do you have enough time and damage to kill that player before he gets to you. That's what people have to learn. And it's a tough thing to learn sometimes. It really is. I can't teach that. That's on you to learn on yourself. But you can take my build and it'll work. That's what I always promise. You can take my build, it will work. Dang it. Played other games when you were younger? Yeah, when I was younger, dude, I'll tell you how old I was in my first gaming system. My first gaming system was an Atari. If that tells you how old I am. If the gray didn't give it away, that's how old I am. I gained this bit of gray right up here from my son being born and almost losing my wife. I gained this bit of gray from my first son, my first son. I got a little bit of stripes of gray, but this here really started going gray on my second son. So this is what kids do to you. I dislike Outcasts the most as well. Outcasts in general are absurd. They just, dang it, why does this keep disappearing? Outcasts in general are absurd. They just push and spam fire. Say yes. Didn't know that he said something about your kid. Yeah, he did. Again, I've got a video on this. Again, I do not make up stuff without having some shred of proof. There has to be factual basis to it. Yeah, I'll be trying to the Dark Zone more, mostly to get that one exotic revolver. The revolver, I do not believe is going to be in the Dark Zone. That's the one thing. And everybody's still crying about having it's the Ravenous, which is the rifle, the Eagle Bearer, which is the AR, and it's going to have the Bighorn, which is a legendary AR. So those are the 3. So rifle, assault rifle, assault rifle. So the pistol that everybody still has to get from the raid, because you have to complete the raid and then get the exotic components and then get a pistol, complete the raid again, and you get the final piece or something like that. It's been a while since I got mine. That is still going to be in the raid. You still have to get the exotic pistol Regulus from the raid. So there's still a reason to do the raids. There is still a reason to do the raids, which is why I don't understand why everybody's crying, because again, in the very beginning, when the Eagle Bearer first came out, everybody sat here and stated, why the hell is the developers locking the Eagle Bearer behind the raid? Y'all sat here and said in a state of the game that it was not going to be exclusive to a raid or locked behind a raid, and then they go and they do it. So people cried about that in the beginning, and now they're out here crying it should be stuck behind a raid. But wait, didn't you guys sit here and say you didn't want it behind a raid? Yeah, we wanted it not to be behind a raid, but you put it there, so we just wanted to stay there. What? That's exactly how that conversation is going right now. Exactly. You can literally like clip that. That's exactly how it's fucking going right now. The developers listen to these people sitting here saying this is what they wanted. Then the developers are like, but wait, you wanted it like this. Now you don't. And they're like, no, because we want it to be just for us and who's doing the raid because we. And again, I get that there's people out who are saying, I have put in 20 or 30 raids. Did you know that I still to this day have only got 2 Ravenuses that were gifted to me? I have never got one out of a raid. Never. Since I've been doing this game, I have never gotten my own personal one out of a raid. So to know that I can go into the Dark Zone now and go grab me one, dude, I'm going to be waiting for DZ East. That is going to be the Dark Zone, the hot zone for any exotic you want to get. Why? Because if I remember correctly, there's only like 1 or 2 out of 21 loot boxes that are over there. So that means there's 19 possibilities for you to go in there, grab said loot box, open it up, or kill a named enemy in the Dark Zone, and it will drop one of those. So when it's rifles or ARs over there, your ass, anybody, your ass had better be in DZ East, especially if it's invaded, because that's free. You just open that fucking crate and boom. Not only that, but because Eagle Bearers are Black Tusk typical loot, man, if it's Black Tusk invaded and it's DZ East, that thing's gonna be a hot zone. Everybody in their dog is gonna be in that place right there to try to get that exotic. Mark my words, that's what it's gonna be like. And then if it's True Sons, because if I believe True Sons is supposed to be the other one, the Iron Horse raid. So DZ East, if it's not invaded, and you see True Sons are in that area, because it tells you True Sons, Outcast, or Hyenas typically are going to be in those dark zones. So if you see it says True Sons over there, man, your ass better be in there hitting every fucking landmark or anything, any loot box that's close to somewhere over there. You'll get a Ravenous because it's True Sons allocated. Boom. Go in the dark zone on DZ East, find you some True Sons, open it up, it's going to be there. Just make sure it says rifles. Mark my words, that's how you're going to be able to get it. Dang it. I forgot what I was looking to see where I left off at. Okay, there it is. I stopped playing Div 2 after they nerfed floor 10, but something popped up in my feed that Eagle Bear can be hit. Yeah. Okay. Dang it. The Division is an RPG, but one of my kind is saying since RPGs must be evil fantasies of science fiction. Is that true? Yes, that is true. Sorry, regular. I see. Community span of a golf. Oh my God, where's my buddy Acceptor? He would be dying at that fucking thing. Dude, you don't understand. That comment right there. Community memory span of a goldfish. Fucking, oh my God. My friend that gets me into some shit at the same time, his name is Capone. Acceptor, y'all might know him. He has a YouTube channel. I try to guide this younger guy on how to calm down, to not use his cuss words, to try to calm himself down, try to help the man out, try to regulate him the best I can. I try to give him some advice. He's younger, way younger. Anyway, good kid. Anyway, y'all may know this other content creator or YouTuber or whatever you want to call him, E the Ripper. If y'all have ever seen E the Ripper, this guy goes on cussing sprees, use the N-word a lot. I mean a lot. I have no problem with the guy, and again, like I'll say this again for anybody who wants to hear this, I will say this again. I have absolutely no problem if you're going to use the N-word. I really don't. I just would prefer you guys not to use the N-word. I don't give two fucking shits what your ethnicity, your race, or whatever the hell you want to call yourself. You could be green, purple, polka dotted. I don't give two shits. We as content creators, and I said this before, I'll say it again, whether it gets me into trouble or not, we as content creators need to set a better standard by not using that type of language and refraining from using that kind of language to set a better example for the community and for future generations. Period. That is my belief. I don't look at your race or anything like that. I do not care what race or ethnicity you are. I don't care if you want to sit here and call yourself the Alibaba of fucking Zimbabwe, or I don't give two fucking shits what the hell you consider yourself. Man, woman, transgender, anything like that. I don't care. All I ask, period, is that we should teach the younger generations the proper things of what not to do in those types of situations by refraining from using that type of language. We want to end that type of shit, we need to refrain from using it. That's my belief. But anyway, E the Ripper, he sits there and goes off on that. And someone told Capone or Acceptor or whatever one time, he says, dude has the attention span of a goldfish. And it was just a running joke with Acceptor that every time he sees it, he literally says that. And when you said goldfish, I couldn't help myself. I just thought of that. It was funny as fuck. So, my apologies. Not trying to bash on the guy, E the Ripper, or anything like that. Again, it's his channel. That's how he's going to be. That's who he is. It's what he wants to be like. Fine. He does him. I'm not going to sit here and say he can't. I don't like it. That's my personal view. But if I want to make a video about that or him, I'd be making a video every fucking day, and it would be every 5 minutes or something like that. That's what it would be. So, but honestly, some of the stuff that happens to him, it's, and the way he just screams, it's funny. It's funny to me. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. It's just funny to me. But if y'all want to go check that out, go check that out. Flag already. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that one, bro. That was funny. Flag! Fucking flag already. What the fuck? That's E the Ripper. Oh, God. Alright, so what does it say? If there was one kind of weapon you would like to have from Div 1, what would it be? Actually, I think they already have them all. Wait, no, there's one. There's one. I think it was the Bulldog or something like that. It was a FAMAS. I think it was a red exotic FAMAS called the Bulldog. Was it not? I'm fucked these up because I don't remember all of them like off the top of my head. I believe it was called the Bulldog. That's the only one I haven't seen and I would like to see come back. technically, I think the apartment is the house right now, so it's not really an exotic, but it is like a named weapon, so it's something similar to those. I think they're pretty close to each other, but I don't see anything close currently right now to the Bulldog. I think that what they tried to give us as the Bulldog is the Eagle Bearer. I might be wrong, but I believe the Bulldog looked like a FAMAS right now, and I believe that one right there needs to come back. That's the only one out of them. The only thing that I remember that we could do that should be in the game from Div 1 is, if I remember correctly, they pretty much got everything else covered except for one thing. It was, if you had a big shield, you used to be able to have an SMG. So something like the SMG 9, you know, short little shit SMG. I think you should be able to have a shield with an SMG, like a big shield like that with the SMG, because it's easy to reload, all that. I could get no AR, no MG, no sniper rifle, no rifle, nothing like that. If you want to use that, you can use a striker shield, and then people can shoot your head. But an SMG, because you got to be close and personal to actually get that damage out, like within 15 meters, it just makes sense to be able to have that ability. And I think that needs to come back from Div 1. Had to, yeah, Bullfrog. Yes, it was a Bullfrog. Yeah, I mean the Bullfrog. Okay, yeah, the big Alejandro. Yeah, got to go. Have to in the morning. UK need sleep. Keep. Yeah, I'll see you later, Paul. Appreciate it. I think there was one I missed up top. Dang it! Why is it? There it goes. The hunters are scary, especially that one on Barden's man. Yeah, I agree with that. I just saw your video. Okay, yeah, what's up, Acceptor? Yeah, hey, Acceptor, go ahead and read some of these comments. You'll be, think your buddy, Saptor is your buddy who you talked about, who said something about a goldfish. And then Nick over here goes, fucking flag! Would it be cool if we're able to have 2 weapon talents in Div 2 just like, yes, definitely. What are some skills you would want brought back to Div 2 from Div 1? Honestly, I think they all got pretty much in here for the most part. The only thing I don't see right now from Div 1 to Div 2, the only thing was, do y'all remember that little bunker shield that you could put on the ground and give yourself some cover? I don't know if that would be interesting to bring back to Div 1, but I think it would make a few issues with, like, where you're out in the open and you just need to put up a cover, or, you know, especially like maybe in certain areas or something like that, when people are playing, they could put a cover and block off NPCs from coming at them a certain way. I don't know. Maybe I think that's about it, truly. What are some skills? Yeah, I got that one. The hunter are the best part of both games, period. Yep. I want system link back. That okay, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, portable cover. Yeah, portable cover. The only other thing that I missed was the ability, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but every time you had a scanner pulse on and you scanned an area, it would actually show you where there was a box, a loot box, or something of that nature. It would show you all this stuff around you in Div 1 if you scanned. And it wasn't just a certain scanner. You could do that. Every scanner would show you something of that in a nature. That needs to come back, because there's some people who are out here trying to find, you know, enough components who are low levels, and they need to be able to see that. A regular scanner pulse should show them all that stuff. But that's me. I don't know if y'all agree with that or not. The portable cover, yeah. And that's the thing. So I'm considering if there was able to have one talent for every brand set slot, chest piece, backpack talent ones. Why not the rest? 6 gear slots, 6 gear talents. So in a way, the developers are kind of giving us that, except they're giving us 5. So think of it this way. When the Ninja Bike comes out, they're going to allow you to have an extra attribute, which you can consider a talent, on your build for that piece. So if I have a piece of Providence, I have headshot damage. My second piece, because I have the Ninja Bike on, gives me crit chance. I have one piece of Fenris on. Ninja Bike added on, I get reload speed. So I get 2. So it's kind of like you're getting, if you have certain pieces on, you can make it where you have 5 added bonuses to the 5 you already have. And then the Ninja Bike would give you that. So in a way, it's kind of giving you that piece right there. And that's the thing, the house. Okay, the house back in Div 2. Like me personally, I think the apartment is the house. Just because it's not an exotic, I still think that that's pretty close to the original house. I might be wrong. Y'all might see it differently. That's what I think. I think the apartment is the house. It's just, it's not an exotic. It's a named weapon in Div 2. Yeah, and they had passive talents prior to WONI, which was back before TU7. So we had, so for instance, if you had a set of gloves on, what you did is you went out here and if you wanted to do the Berserk Clutch one. Okay, so we had Berserk Clutch, and you might have, what was that? It was a health damage, or health. No, it wasn't health damage. It was health ability. So all your pieces, like your foxes, your other stuff that you had on your build, you always had the Gilligard holster, right? So you had the Gilligard holster, which would give you those 2, which was the crit chance, crit damage. You might have a blue core if you could get it to like a red or something like that, if I remember correctly. And then you had health. So it had a heart on there. So that was your extra attribute or your extra piece that you had on that piece of gear. So the developers are technically, in a way, if you want to think of it this way, they're giving us that back by putting on the Ninja Bike backpack. And then it gives you that extra piece. So think of that as like unlocking that heart piece, because that unlocks the rest of it. Yeah, Berserk, I still, even prior to TU7, my favorite build, PvE, PvP, was just Berserk Clutch. I mean, I just loved being able to be out there with a shotgun or the Vector 45 and just stand there and be like, hey, you ain't dropping me, I'm not dying, fuck you, ha ha ha, and just stand there. You know, you didn't have to do this little wiggle. You just stand right here, shoot. Oh, you're shooting me? Oh, you're not doing shit to me, sir. Oh, you're still shooting me? Oh, I'm still shooting you. Oh, you're dead. Oh, bye. And just walk away. And I'd be like, this much of my health left. Son of a biscuit. It is 9 o'clock. And I gotta be up at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll give it 10 more minutes. I'm gonna give this 10 more minutes and then I'm done, guys. It'll be 2 hours long. Y'all got any other questions? Anything you want to ask? Doesn't have to be about the game. Anything you want to ask, I don't care. Again, I'd rather bring y'all everything and be honest about it. Safeguard the Vector, Optimus, yeah. Oh, Lordy, that hurt. Oh, I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning. About to do a 24-hour shift. Also check the content on social media. Me and him are talking. And you're still talking to him right now? That's on you, bro. What is your opinion on pie? Oh, God. Okay. So, pineapple on pizza. You want to know? Here's my honest opinion. Until here recently, Gordon Ramsay, who I like watching, funny guy, his exact words were, pineapple does not go on pizza. Only here recently has he made a TikTok video. He's like, oh, that's my restaurant. Oh, it's pineapple on pizza. Yeah, that's right. I'm allowing pineapple on pizza on one of my restaurants. I'm like, damn it, Gordon. I was with you until you did that. But that's me. Again, because that's my type of humor, you know. And like, you said this, and you're going back on it, you motherfucker. But no, that's me. I love watching Gordon Ramsay. Guy's funny. He's straightforward, honest too. Nice guy. Helps out a lot of people. But yeah, if he says pineapple shouldn't go on pizza, I'm gonna take that motherfucker's word. Shouldn't go on pizza. Let's see. If Soak's in here, that's fine. Like I said, hopefully he'll see this. That's cool. Just responded to him. He sent me a message saying I'm in the live stream, but I'm blocked. Okay. He probably is blocked. I probably did block him. I don't know. By the way, please sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. I sleep like a rock, but I also wake up really fucking fast. Pineapple on pizza isn't as bad as peas and mayo on pizza. We all need to unite against peas and mayonnaise. Yeah. Like I said, y'all don't. Before this all ends, I've got probably about 8 minutes. If you want to take your time, you want to scroll back to the beginning, I'll break everything down to you. I get told by my friends and everything else, it's probably my biggest flaw, and my biggest flaw is I'm blunt honest. I don't care if it hurts me or it helps me. I'd rather just the truth be out there. And again, I'm gonna leave everything on this note that some people out here take my content the wrong way. You take why I do it the wrong way. And Soak Disco, if you are listening, I'm gonna make sure you understand this completely. If you really are here and you are listening, I don't have a problem with you. I don't like you. I really don't like you. You do have a narcissistic way about you. I could say the same thing about myself. I really could. There are some times where I look at myself and I'm going, yeah, I'm being narcissistic that way. But everything you've been saying here recently about me was a lie. It was. Because you were told this by someone else and you pushed that lie. And I saw the comments. My buddy's right. He's right. But he's not me. I only have one channel. It's just me, off constantly. I ain't got time for all this shit, dude. I literally work. I just came off of a 38-hour shift to do all this stuff, to bring all these videos out here, to basically have fun and relax on my 24-hour break. And now I'm back out here doing a 24-hour shift. If you really think I have enough time to have multiple accounts, sorry, bro, you're wrong. I don't have time for multiple accounts. I don't have time for that type of bullshit. But I'm out here doing what I can to help out the little man. Because these guys, which you think, Soak, if you really think that people aren't getting hurt by this in a certain way, I'm sorry. They are. It may not be as bad as you want to make it out to be, but some of these guys, they have an hour to themselves. And they go out here and again, they get bullshit builds. They get told complete and utter fucking lies that things are immortal, unkillable. I mean, you fucking name it. It's out there. It's nothing but clickbait. And these guys suffer. And I get messages from them saying, I tried this person's par. And I just killed that for a second. They're like, it wasn't holding up to par. And because it wasn't holding up to par, they asked me, why? What was I doing wrong? And I go and I look at this stuff and I get 3, 4, maybe even 5. And I'm like, enough is enough. This person is lying to these people. To me, even 1 is enough, but I let it go for a little while until I see more of them. I'm not trying to clout chase these people. I'm not trying to take away their fame. I'm just trying to hold them accountable for making these other people's lives miserable because they get kicked out of a legendary. They get kicked out of a countdown. They get kicked out of something somewhere, and all they want to do is come out here and have fun. And if you think that that's not a reason to do what I'm doing, I'm sorry. And again, like I said, about vibes, where you and me first fucking met, where I first met you. Yeah, did I say that what he said was racist? No. I did say in the title of it, racism doesn't stop racism. But what I said to him was we as content creators, but you turned it around. So if you're in here and you're listening to this, you turned it around to say that I said about black people shouldn't say the N-word. I didn't say that. That's your lie that you said. I didn't say that. I said we as content creators need to refrain from using that type of language. Period. And I've got video proof of it. It's in one of my fucking videos that's out here. You can go look up all my stuff. Since you like looking through my stuff, go look. It's there. If you're going to say something about me, at least be honest about it. Let's get back to the comments before I get off. Yeah, he can go back and watch the beginning if he wants to. I've said my piece on that. Like me, I have no filter. Yeah. Again. There's days where I sit here and suffer through all this shit. There's days where I want to ask myself 24/7, like, why the fuck is this even worth continuing doing? And the reason I come up with me to continue to exist is because I got kids. They're the reason why I fight. It's the same reason why I fight right now is for these other younger people and these other people who come over here and say, hey, I tried this build. I consider them younger people because they don't know how to check for different types of things. They don't know how to look on different things at YouTube. So yeah, I fight for them. I'm not trying to be a giant savior. I'm just trying to lead people to the light. But anyway, I got 6 more minutes. Building is a giant math problem. It is. Most builds in here are just a giant math problem. Again, I don't like the guy anymore, but he's accurate. He is. Y'all may not like him either. That's your own personal opinion. That's fine. But he is accurate, and I'm not even going to name him. But his builds are 100% on spot. Should have paid attention in math class. You want to know how much I was paying attention in math class? I'll tell you this one. I was taking calculus and trigonometry in, what was it, sophomore in high school, that I already had college credits. So that way when I went into the military, I was already a specialist because I already had all my college credits and everything. I went over to the recruiting office, and day after day, I studied, I drilled with the recruiters to where I was able to get my private first class, and then I gave them my college credits. They took a look at everything, got everything set up for me. So when I went in, I was automatically a specialist. Good God, how do I keep the comments up here? Have a favorite kind of gaming console you love? Again, when it comes to console, I've always been a fan of Xbox because a long time ago, and I'll probably just end everything on this one. So this will be the last comment I take. So a long time ago, if y'all don't remember, PlayStation did not have a way to secure your information. It was all free. Everything was free, and they had people hacking into stuff. So I saw that, and that's why I stayed away from PlayStation. Xbox was the only one that had a secure deal for your gaming information, so nobody could take your stuff, no one could steal it. It was secured. They would check people over. If you were being a certain way, they would ban you. They would do all kinds of stuff. PlayStation, completely free. They didn't even care to do jack shit on that platform for a long period of time. So I stayed away from PlayStation, and I got hooked into Xbox. And when Xbox basically first came out, we used to, if y'all remember old LAN parties where you'd go to someone else's house and you'd have like 2 Xboxes or 4 Xboxes, and you'd hook them all up by wire and sit there and remote game. When we were having time off, and we were back over here, that's what we would do. We would sit here and host giant LAN parties, just sit around and have a good time, me and my buddies. So when we did that kind of stuff, we'd have giant parties, bring kegs of beer, drinks, food, all that kind of stuff, and we'd hold giant LAN parties at my apartment or someone else's house, stuff like that. And Xbox was really fun for doing that. I didn't know if PlayStation had that at the time, but because it wasn't secure, original Xbox with Halo, man, we had Halo LAN parties like a motherfucker when we had time off. And I got so good, I actually won my first Xbox 360 doing a Halo tournament. I won first place and got my first free Xbox 360 that way. And I was good. I was really fucking good. So anyway, with that being said, that's the reason why I've stuck with Xbox. I just prefer it. It's my preferred platform because of the security, the feel of security. You know, knowing that if something goes on, they'll take care of it. PlayStation's kind of come up and they've changed their ways. And while I would like to go there, I'm used to the controller now. I'm just used to it. Halo 2, dude, ours was Halo 1 pistol parties. That was it. You didn't have no sniper rifles, no rocket launchers. It was just pistols. That's what we did. Oh. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's some builds out here like again, there's builds for legendaries and then there's builds for heroic. Some of them will work for legendary, some will work for heroic, and you'll notice that some of them don't work that way. I have a legendary booster build that is actually really good. I've had a lot of people say that they use it, and people beg them to come over here and play with them on legendary because they're using my legendary booster build. I don't ever expect a whole lot of credit from that one. I'm pretty sure other people have made it. I don't know if they have or not, but it literally turns a 4-man squad into like a 7-man squad because you get double the damage out of your skills. So I don't know if y'all ever seen that one. It's in the codex. It's my legendary booster, but it really does make it makes your entire team, even in a raid, if you're using it right in the raid, you can literally turn an 8-man squad into, think like a 15-man squad. That's how much damage it produces. Don't know if y'all want to take a look at that. Now, as for PvP, I wouldn't take it into PvP. That's why I have it listed PvE. So, y'all want to take a look at that one, go ahead and take a look at that one. Alright, yep. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up there. Enjoy. I'll talk to all y'all later. Again, thanks for your time. Y'all be safe, be blessed. And I'm going to go over here and go make my money tonight in about 3 hours. So I'll catch y'all later.